So I got the Puch Maxi carb off, and actually it was very easy to get off. Well, I undid them, and then I had to undo two little screw bits there, and then the whole slider, throttle slider came out, and yeah, that's it. So where are we now? I've just got to get a couple of tools because I've packed everything away. Had a proper clear up so I could get started again. Should wear gloves ready, but it isn't very dirty. So I'm taking that out for a start. The intake pipe. Need that in there at the moment. The carb doesn't look too bad, to be fair. I've got a spanner already here, so I'm going to take, just turn, it turns on this, it just unscrews. You see like that. It's annoying, the rubbers. Let's try and save the rubber. Just gonna have to go for it, and hopefully it hasn't split too much and I can reuse that. I think I'm gonna get away with that. I hope you're in shot then. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get away with that. It hasn't damaged it too much, to be fair. To be fair, the carb doesn't look too bad. Let's get a bit better light into there. Doesn't look too bad at all. You can see some gunky two-stroke old oil in there, two-stroke oil in there. But that's not bad at all. Let's get just one better look at that. So yep, that's okay. It doesn't look dry in there. Sometimes when they're dry and they get like powdery in there, and that's when you've got more problems. Not sure about the pin. And then I look at that pin to get out, but it might just come out okay. Let's have a look. Oh, it does. Result. I thought that'd be more stuck than that. And then it's like I think it's cork or it's something. Definitely not a plastic one. So yeah, that's out of there. We've got a little. I couldn't get a socket in there. There is a. You can, if we just see if it focuses right. Can see it's got a socket would, but the wall on my sockets are too wide. So let's give it a go with a screwdriver if I can find one. Oh, it wasn't too bad at all actually in the end. Oh yeah, that's like the. Yeah, I understand it now. That's like the seat, which can probably stay in there, but then again, I would like to take it out. This is like this small little jet. I'm not actually sure whether it's free or not. Yeah, that's bunged right up, that is. So I do really, I might as well take petrol pipe. Oh, sorry, not the camera. So yeah, that's been pulled off, and now I'm going to actually undo that as well, so I can strip it sort of right down. It's an 11mm if you need to know. It has undone. I think this has probably been installed with the fuel tap off, which is a bit of a result really, because it does make life easier having gunky old rust and that going in it all the time. Fibre washers. Oh, I probably can save that to try it. So yeah, we've got it down to there now. Dinky little carb. Yeah, I think I've only really got to take that out now. If I can get that out, I think this is ready to whack through the ultrasonic cleaner. Let's just screw that in and see how much it goes in. It's actually into the full amount there, so whether someone's done it like that or whether it's meant to be like that, who knows. Anyway, we'll take that out. Look quite good carb. It looks like it's in decent sort of condition. That's just like the adjuster screw. It's like you sort of flood the carb to get some fuel through. All looks good in there. It's just that I've got to try and get out. Half tempted not to, because it could be an issue, and I don't really think it even needs to, because if you look down there, see through the hole, that's just where your needle from the slider goes through, and that's really just basically the seat for that, and I think that'll be okay. Not like there's any holes or anything in there to allow fueling. I think that is. Pretty sure there isn't. No, I think that can stay in. I'm going to leave that in because I haven't got a socket to get in there, which is the problem. So we've got that pretty stripped down now. I'm going to give it a little bit of a carb clean, and then after that I'm just going to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner to give it a good clean. To be honest, I don't really think it needed that, but I will do, and I will be able to save that rubber. And that fibre washer I can probably save. If not, I'm sure there's one on another carb I've got or in the drawer. Little pin. It's okay. Got a little needle valve. To me that looks okay. A little bit look, it's a little bit gunky, but that'll clean. And then we've got that as well. And that float looks pretty good. Let's have another better look at the carb. It's pretty clean, to be fair. So yeah, I'll just get to basically use a carb cleaner to degrease it a little bit, and then that can go in the ultrasonic cleaner for 20 odd minutes. A couple of spells in 20, so about 40 minutes, 20 minutes, then another 20 minutes. That's the number on the carb, whatever that means. I will look it up because these are all done in different horsepowers of Puches, either 1 horsepower, 1.5, or 2. Does that 1 mean 1 horsepower? It's a basic model, so I don't know. I hope it's not, because they're only meant to do 20 miles an hour. I'd like to be able to go at least 30, so we shall see how it goes. But anyway, getting it running is the main issue at the moment. And yeah, I'm pleased with that carb. I thought I might have to buy a new one, and that's okay. So we'll leave that there at the moment. I'll show you it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Having a clean in there. I would like to put thinners in with it, because some people put thinners in to sort of get the varnish off the carb, but this, you can see, it hasn't really got any varnish in there. A lot of carbs now get sort of a varnish on them, so you need to send it eat through that. So I'm just going to put some fairy washing up liquid in the water, and then that'll do the job, I'm sure. And I'm running it in the house, so it'll be smelly if I've thinners in there. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, the Puch Maxi carburettor is in the ultrasonic cleaner now. I've got up to 58 degrees. I boiled some water and put it in with some cold water, and yeah, it's heating up still. The heating's on. It's on, obviously. 19 minutes for a start, then I'll probably put in another quarter of an hour or something. Let's have a look and how it's doing. Well, it's got really cloudy already. So yeah, it's doing its job. And yeah, we'll just leave that and see how that goes. I'm sure it'll come out lovely and clean. The float is a bit annoying. I don't know whether it's hardly worth putting that in there, to be fair. But I'll probably say I'll leave a float in there. Can't do no harm. And yeah, we'll hopefully in 20 odd minutes have a lovely clean carb. So now it's the next night. You'll have just seen a little sample video of it in the ultrasonic cleaner. This bit actually didn't get in there. I just cleaned up that. That's the bit where the throttle slider goes, so I'll go into that when I put that back together. But the main carb is pretty clean now. I did give it a blast through with carburetor cleaner, which has run out now. Last night I've got new tin. Yeah, I'm just gonna blow it through with the, make sure every bit of sort of moisture is out of it. So to me that actually all looks clear now. So what I'm going to do first is put that little jet back on. You hear noise outside the door. It's a dog, and the light's actually blinding me a bit at the moment. Sorry about that. It'd be very easy to lose this little jet. Not the best screwdriver I used there actually. Blow that off. Clear all that through. So we have we've got this then next, and this hooks onto the float. So what I'm going to do with that one, I'm going to, where are we? I'm going to slide that in. How does it go? Should know, but it goes like that. So I'm going to slide that actually in there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of WD-40 in there, just so it moves nicely. So a little bit blasted in there. Have the pin somewhere in here. So I've cleaned the pin up. I'm not actually convinced that's the right pin for that. It looks like a homemade sort of pin, but it did seem to be doing the job. So at the moment, at least, I'll put it in there. I have found out on the moped that it does. It's quite windy outside now. I have found out that it actually does need bearings in it, engine bearings. I'm going to start up first, but I have ordered them. Where are we? I don't know where you saw that, but it's all in there now. So I think in there we are actually done. I just need that rubber ring. Give that a little bit of a clean down. It's actually, the ring's in quite good condition, to be fair. Lucky when I took it out, they didn't actually break it. Yeah, it's gone into the recess bit okay. I'm just careful putting this on. It should. I always think I forgot something, left something out, but I'm sure that is everything. Look around there, the ring seems okay. Probably be good enough hand tight actually. Just go slightly with the spanner, but I'm not going to go a lot because I don't think it needs it. I think that is our lot. So that part is done now. Just zoom you out just a little bit. Zoom you in. So what I'm going to do now, it was that screw there, if you remember, that was screwed right the way in, that one did. So that's what I'm going to probably go right the way and then come out one turn and then just see where that sort of takes us when I try and start it up. I'd like to go start up today, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I'd like to get this back on. Half. We'll just leave it there at the moment, just see. A general rule I do is actually just screw them right in and take them out 1.5 turns, adjustment screws, and then just go from there. But on this one, I've just done one at the minute. We'll just see. So where have we got to now? That bit will go back on when it's on the actual, back on the bike. Got this fibre washer here. The problem is I'm not sure at the moment. One on there. I'm not actually sure at the moment what angle that goes at. But I know, I'm pretty sure it goes at the bottom. I don't think it matters anyway. I've got that all clean as well, so let's put that on as one complete piece. I'm just going to go finger tight with that at the moment because then I can adjust it wherever the fuel pipe fits to it. And anyway, it's going to have a temporary fuel pipe at the moment anyway. So we are nearly there on this one. Just want to check that that slide is working okay. I've just got to give that a blowout actually. That's how it comes apart. It just comes apart like so. I don't think the light's too bad, but perfect. But yeah, it's got like a little clip in it. But what I'm going to do is just blow that out. There's a bit of crud in there. And then you will sort of see it sort of locates in position in there of sorts. It'd be very hard for me to show you that. Can't quite get it around enough, that clip. I'm happy with it there. I'm just going to squirt a little bit of WD-40 on it. And then we'll just see how well it slides. There's a little pin that sticks out in there. You won't be able to see it, but that goes in that groove. So that only sort of goes in one way. But yeah, it's nice and loose in there. So what I can, no I can't, because I've got to fit all that back together when I'm under the bike, on the throttle cable. So actually, am I done here? There's another little bit there, but that goes part of the throttle mechanism as well. Is that to go back on? I think that goes like that. It does, I'm sure it goes like that, but that's another thing I might have to adjust when it goes on. So there we have it. We have the carb all cleaned out and ready to go back on. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, so we'll get that back on, get everything in position and everything, then a temporary tank, and then we could actually try and start it, I think. I've got a funny feeling it's going to sound a bit grindy because the bearings are a little bit worn. But like I said, they're on order, so maybe if they come in time over Christmas, I'll take the engine off, strip it down, put the bearings in. I don't think it'll take long. And then we'll have a sort of perfect engine, really. If there isn't crank damage or anything. I wouldn't imagine there is, but you never know. And word of warning, if you're working on a Puch Maxi, make sure you don't bang your head on the end of the brake lever, because I've just done that and it really hurts. But we'll soldier on. So I'm hoping if I can get that on there. To be honest, that's getting in the way a bit, that spark plug. I'll reroute that through afterwards, however it's got to be. Hoping I'll just tighten them. That should be alright. There we go, we're back in position. So let me try and remember how this goes. That goes up there like so. That goes, it's a bit tricky because I'm trying to show you this as I'm actually doing it. I can screw it in there like that. Might have to disconnect it from the top. I'll have to see. It is in there. So I think we can do that. That is back together like so. Now I think if I can hold that all together like that. Go all the way up and hopefully the cable's out enough, which I don't think it is. To be honest, I reckon I can probably put that bit in afterwards. So let's go again. Come on, come on. Yep, we've got that piece in, like so. I think I've got it. That doesn't push on the spring at all, that bit doesn't. I think that slides down in there. So I should be able to, no, that's the wrong way around a little bit. I might be able to twist that around a bit. Still, that's going to have to get out of the way a minute. Let me just make sure I've got that side right first. Which I haven't, because I think it's like that. Yeah, so that goes in that groove into a little pin down in the carburetor. Let's see if we can hook. To try and film and do this is difficult. Not the most perfect demonstration, but I hope you can get something from it. Reason I can't find where that's got to push into. Is it the right side for that? It is. So now after fighting with this, I could not get the needle to go through the bottom of the hole in the bottom, so the slider wouldn't go in. But now I have done that. So what I'm going to try and do is get that other bit in here, which I don't know what way around that went. I think it was like that. I'm going to try and get that in there without taking the slider out. So the slider can come out a bit because the pin will still be located, but if I go too high it won't be. So no, actually I think that does go that way, like that. This is very fiddly, it really is, but we've done it. That is it. So I've got that in there. I don't know how well you can really see that, but that is how it goes. It's actually quite sort of easy to work out how it goes. It's just a bit fiddly trying to get it in, but we have conquered that now. I'm sure it will work okay. Just nip them up a bit, then I'll try it on the throttle. Screwdriver's too big really. I'll get another one in a minute to tighten that up better. We think you've got tools down there where you need them, and then there's another one you need. Not far away, but still. Them screws actually don't come out, they stay in this bit, so you can't really lose them. That is done now. I'll just try the throttle. You probably won't be able to see much, but it is working. Does that work? Yeah, so we just finally get this back on here now. Cable got caught off, or it's a bit tight there for some reason, but that's right. So that is on there. Yeah, that cable going through there will have to be sorted out in a minute. But what I'll do, I'll tighten these two carb nuts up, just one there, and then I'll be back. So there we go, we've got it back on. I've just got to position that one for the fuel. We've got spark, I will show you that, or try to show you that. So really, there's not really anything else we need to do apart from put a fuel line on it. Hope you can see that. See, it's got a decent spark. Yeah, I've done the carb now, and I will tell you I've had a sneaky little start up because I wanted to leave it running for a few seconds for you, and it was throwing out fuel when I tried it before, and now it isn't, so I can actually show you that. So I'm just going to position it so the exhaust is going out the shed, and I'll start it up for a few seconds so you can hear it run. That's if it does run now. It ran earlier. Give it a bit of choke. It's running quite well. The back wheel is buckled,